Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aries, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you in advance. Aries, we're going to be doing your reading today with the Muse Tarot and the Oracle for the overall energy from the Elemental Oracle. So I hope you all are doing well. Let's see what Aries has today. Spirit, can I have a card for Aries, please? Sign. Okay, thank you. Wow. For fire sign, this is very interesting. You got number 15, which in the major arcana is the Devil card. But it's a beautiful card here, and it says Earth, and then above it it says home. Earth, home. It's crazy though, right? Because even though it's an Earth card, doesn't it have the appearance that it's almost like she's under the depths, under the water, and kind of trying to reach the surface? There's a strange sense of, it's a little off kilter. Referencing the Devil card though, Capricorn is the sign that represents the Devil card. Capricorn is an earth sign. So there could be something, Aries, that's dealing with your home life or your stability. Or it could be a sense of getting back to nature, spending time in nature, being more connected to the body. I just heard connected to your body, how your body works, how you're responding to outside stimuli, food, alcohol, anything that you consume, which the news, anything that you consume that affects your stability, that affects your well-being, your state of mind, is really the heart of what this is telling me right now. It feels really serene, but it also feels illusory because it's not in the middle of a forest. I don't know what this is, but I feel like I'm underwater and I'm trying to swim to the surface, and that may be a struggle for some, especially if you can't swim. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards for clarifier. I will pull more if I have to. Ooh, okay, beautiful. Is there something though that you feel is been an addiction lately? An addiction? Are you having to grapple with some vices, Aries, that you may not be so proud of? Just heard gossip. Gossip. And look who showed up in the reading. In the reverse. Not a coincidence, Aries. There are no coincidences here. That's the first time I think the Devil has shown up for anybody, so aren't you lucky? But I will tell you, where did it show up? In the present energy, in the reverse. You're working on it, I can tell. They wanted me to look at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Materials in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is stable. Earth energy, Taurus energy. Stable. Knowing who she is. Very forthright in this picture. And you got this in reverse. So you could have been dealing with some financial burden, financial shortcoming, that where you had to be a little bit more disciplined and you weren't. Maybe you took a risk in an investment that, let's see, what else does the bottom of the deck have? Muse of Voices. There's King of Swords. So it's like a clarity of, you had got a clarity on something. Let's go into the base spread. In the past energy, Ace of Inspiration, there was that great idea. There was that great idea that investment, or investment of, doesn't have to be money, could be time, energy, willpower, creativity, inspired action, and it's from Spirit. So Spirit showed you this beautiful potential that for yourself. Muse of Materials, there's the King of Pentacles, right? And in this deck, all the muses, all the kings are in the kind of landscape mode, as I like to call it, in the horizontal. So this beautiful pathway, this walkway, it's almost like this walkway that led straight to this energy, you know? It's almost, can I make it work? I can't make it work like that, but there's some path that you chose to explore, but in the material world, in the 3D world. So it's not we're not talking about astral projection. We're not talking necessarily about spiritual craft or spiritual endeavors. Very rooted in the real world. Very rooted in the here and now in terms of energies that human beings affect. Again, this is the past energy. So for all intents and purposes, this looks good. This looks like solid. Like you had an idea, you pooled your resources into it, you made smart decisions, Queen of Voices, you got some clarity on the situation. Got some clarity on the situation. You asked for the truth of things. You didn't sign on the dotted line. I heard, because there are dots in this image, and so I heard sign on the dotted line. And then I heard you didn't sign on the dotted line without a little bit of, without proper research. So I see you put the effort in, and then the Wheel of Fortune popped out. So this was like an opportunity you could not pass up. It was too good. Too good. Amazing. Destined. Wheel of Fortune. Jupiterian energy. Planet of Jupiter. The planet of expansion. So I almost want to say, you don't have the Emperor in this card, this reading, at least not yet. But I see the Emperor, because the Emperor represents Aries. I see you leveling up. I see you in boss, CEO, controller energy. I see you wanting to run your empire. And I see you doing it not just with inspired action, information, and finances, but also with a little bit of luck, timing. That's okay. That's great. I mean, it's great because you recognized it, right? You knew when you were supposed to act. And in the present energy, well, looky here, the Sun. This is the best card in the deck. Illumination, clarity. You know what this is reminding me of? I don't know if you guys have seen, so U2, the band U2, they're my favorite band ever. And they are playing, like, I don't know how many shows at the Sphere in Las Vegas, the new venue in Las Vegas that is making quite a stir. You could either see it as like an absolute eyesore or like a marvel of modern architecture and engineering. Anyway, inside the Sphere, I highly suggest it. Number one, if you get to go to that show, I am so jealous, and I'm not a jealous person. Man, I would be so jealous. But two, if you can't go to the show, look at video online, because everybody's taking video of the experience within that Sphere. And this is it looks like one of the graphics right? Because all those graphics are based on algorithms, sacred geometry, right? Fibonacci, all of that, which is here. So in this sun energy, this illuminated energy, clarity, abundance that you're experiencing right now, right? It didn't come without, and I say that as the sun just hits a window on my building, which is reflecting off the building off the street, which is now reflecting into my bedroom window and onto this card. There are no coincidences. This did not happen in the Leo reading. I will tell you that. Right? The sun is setting at different times of day now, you know, as the seasons change, and I'm trying to figure out when to film. I don't know that this is going to happen, but here we are. The sunlight on this card. Right? So I don't take anything for granted when I read tarot. It's here for you. It's here for you. Right? And you could be basking in that warmth right now. However, here comes, things might have gotten a little too hot. Devil energy, Capricorn, right? The number 15. So the devil energy, you can see here, it's a gorgeous, it's probably one of the most beautifully conceived devil cards that I have in any of my decks. Devil is a fallen angel, right? You can see here butterfly wings. A little bit of moth energy. Talking about the moth. Moth is underworld. The subconscious, unconscious realms. Devil energy is a kind of bondage, though. A sense of feeling trapped in something, to someone, to something. That's why we talk about like addictions, right? Do you have gambling, food, workaholism, alcohol, drugs, sugar? That's mine. Codependency, right? All these things. These vices that affect us in ways that we're not even aware. It's how pervasive they are. Here you are. Really, you know what I see this as? I feel like, Aries, you had a recent epiphany. And stepping out of this, or understanding that the devil energy resides within all of us. Every day we have to suppress that devil energy or deal with it, or however you want to look at it, right? And it's almost as if it's like, okay, I know this devil energy exists within me, but instead of looking at it as something to fear, I'm going to embrace it as something to learn from, to prosper, to grow, right? That sunlight is out here, and it's like finding your way out of the depths and back to the surface. Look, you see this? Two different decks. You see how similar this color palette is? Wait, let me see. Kind of here. See how similar this color palette is? Finding your way out of the depths. Having had these spurts, fits and starts, I just heard. Fits and starts. Growth. Understanding, self-acceptance, clarity. Right? There's also a sense of calm, you know, under the water. It's quiet, right? There's a quietness. It's like you're not a perfect person. No one is. But it's like you come to this space of reckoning where you accept who you are and accept that you may You may fall back on a vice every now and again, and it may pull you under for just a little while. But it's almost like now you know where the sun is. And so you can reach back up towards it anytime you want. Does that make sense? Clarifying those energies. Wow, Empress in reverse. Okay, so in the present energy, you may not really be in a place to receive. Empress is Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, truly. Taurus energy. And there's this revelation here, isn't there? There's that sun energy again. See how it just is following you. But it came out in the reverse. So there could be something here that, you know, Empress is your counterpart energy to the Emperor, which is Aries. There may be something here where you're really trying to focus more on your divine masculine as opposed to your divine feminine. So not being in a place to receive per se, but being in the place of wanting to go after. Wanting to go after something, like not sitting by and kind of waiting for your manifestations to come towards you. Okay, we're going to lead to the next two cards, which are the future energy. Temperance in reverse. Page of Voices in reverse. So, okay, Spirit is now saying this. I said you may be wanting to go after something, be more in the Emperor energy than the Empress energy, but that level of impatience, which is what the Temperance card represents. It represents patience, transmutation, turning one thing into another thing, but it's over a process. There's a process that has to happen. Like with me, like I wanted to be a YouTuber, but I can't have 1 million subs overnight, right? I have to start off with one and work my way up. And you know, there are probably a lot of shortcuts to getting subscribers and fake accounts and all that jazz. And I could go after that, you know, if I had that certain mindset, but I'm not really trying to do it like that. I just want people to find my channel and word of mouth and enjoy what they see, right? But you may be wanting to fast track some energy towards your manifestation, towards your end goal. Page of Voices in the reverse, it's almost like you might be working against yourself, because Page of Voices is Page of Swords. It's like curiosity, right? But curiosity killed the cat. That's just what they said, that you might be nosing your way into something that you're not ready for yet. But because you're trying to jump in too quickly, you could end up causing more work for yourself. So Spirit is cautioning you a little bit. Just really take to heart that you need to, a little more research needs to be done. So if back in this past energy, you just tremendously up-leveled, right? In this present energy, there's clarity for you. In the future energy, they're saying, okay, I feel like you're wanting to up level again, but it's like, don't put the cart before the horse. Not trying to discourage you, just trying to give you the energy that Spirit is giving me, which is exhibit a little bit of self-control, right? That's where this card in reverse comes in handy, because when we are out of control, that's when the devil prospers. Muse of Emotions, King of Cups, Scorpio energy. To clarify, Temperance in reverse, Page of Voices in reverse. So exhibit a little bit of self-control. This is exactly what the King of Cups does. The King of Cups feels this beautiful wealth of emotions, always underneath the surface. But they keep that energy under wraps. They keep that under control. It's not to say they're not compassionate, not giving, not loving. Absolutely. This energy is absolutely all those things. But it's divine masculine energy, and it may not be forthright. It may not say, I love you every day, but it may show you that. I just saw a video that's popping into my mind. This woman was talking about her parents, who I believe are Korean, and they never said, I love you. Her parents never said, I love you growing up. They loved her very much, but they never said the words. And I think that TikToker, whoever that made this video, she grew up here, and she thought, my parents never tell me that they love me. Is there something wrong with me? Am I not good enough? Etc., etc. And the whole time in this video, she's showing her mother preparing vast amounts of food for all the kids, you know, either to have for lunch if they're going to college or school or like whatever, and like caretaking. And she realizes as an adult, of course her parents love her. They just don't say it, they show it. And she said, why else would my mom have gotten up at 3 a.m. every day during school to prepare a home-cooked lunch for us? What if that's not love? What is? Right? So love, and the love energy and the emotional energy comes out in all different ways. And Spirit is using this card to clarify that maybe it requires you to take a different approach, a more measured approach to your up-leveling path in the future. It's not about diving off the diving board head first. Right? Maybe it's just about dipping your toes in the water and dipping your toes in the water, getting a sense of what's down there before you dive head first. And it doesn't make you any less like courageous or, yeah, I don't know. There was somebody, I just heard that in my ear, kind of F that. I'm jumping in head first because that's what I do. I'm an Aries. I mean, you know, you have free will. Just reading cards. Spirit's advice, 7 of Voices, clarified by the Muse of Inspiration. This is your energy, King of Wands. See, I want you to notice something. You see how the King of Wands energy looks suspiciously like a card we all are familiar with? See that? King of Wands is very confident, divine masculine, knows who they are, walks the path with self-assurance. Right, but 7 of Voices is air energy. Can sometimes talk about a little bit of playing to win, but a little bit of thievery, a little bit of trickery. Sometimes you can trick the self, procrastination, or talking yourself in or out of something. So there's a door, let's see, and you know, here we have the foxes here, a little bit of sneaky energy. There's a door at the end of this bridge. And there's almost somebody like gatekeeping right now that has fox energy. I use that word very intentionally, gatekeeping. There's another bridge. So it's kind of like the lead up. Walking this path, and it's like, what are you gonna find? Feels like a little bit of riddle. Feels like Spirit is saying to you, damn, they just said we tried to warn you. About what, Spirit? Because ultimately, free will, right? You're going to do what you're going to do, what you're going to do. 6 of Inspiration in the reverse. Six of Wands. This is a card of public recognition and victory. And you have it in the reverse. Give me another one. It's interesting that I said I brought up YouTube, right? Because now I'm hearing that song that goes, that Beyonce, that song that goes, flashing lights, flashing lights. Flashing lights. Does this have to do with spirit? Why are you giving them a warning? About what? Tower in reverse. Also Aries energy. Aries. Okay. The Tower is great. Shock, surprise, and upheaval. Something that was not built on a solid foundation. You got it in reverse. Trying to avoid a tower moment. Are you trying to avoid a tower moment? Or is Spirit trying to help you to avoid a tower moment? I'll have you notice that character leaping from the tower. It's interesting though, in the reverse, see how everything's suspended? It's suspended, but it's suspended by lightning bolts. So it's temporary. I don't mean for this to seem ominous, and I don't think Spirit does either, because you did start out with this card, although it does reference the Devil card. I think Spirit is simply trying to say that you want to keep everything in check, right? There's 3 kings. Oh, you know that movie, 3 Kings? What's the famous line from that movie? We 3 kings be stealing the gold. Sneaky thievery energy. Just mind your P's and Q's, Aries, and I know that you're not gonna do what any tarot card reading says, but because you have your own free will and your own mind about things, and when an Aries wants to do something, they're just gonna do it. But it's really important to ground yourself. Just ground yourself. Just, you know what it is? Before you make a decision, like to act, just do me a favor and just pause. 10 minutes. Before you make that phone call, before you sign on the dotted line, before you walk into that office building, the shop, get in the car for something that you intend to do that's going to be kind of tower-ish, just take 10 minutes to sit in silence and allow your mind to connect with Spirit. Just check in every once in a while. Oh, this is just good practice anyway, to check in with Spirit, but like for real, check in with Spirit. I do see beautiful energy in your present tense, and I want you to maintain that. Okay, Aries. If something resonated, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Hit the bell notification if you'd like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aries. Be good.